Welcome back to another video, everybody. I am your friendly softball Spider-Man, Austin Kleschka, and today I'm going to be giving you my early MLB predictions. We will be covering every single division, who I think is going to win all of them. We'll talk about some of the awards like Cy Young, MVP, and of course, we're going to talk about the World Series. Who's going to be in it? Who do I think is going to win it? With spring training getting underway, that means the baseball season has arrived, and that means you should subscribe. Help your boy get to 250,000 subscribers. Join the journey. We're tackling YouTube with a different mindset in 2025, and you are not going to want to miss it. So please, hit that beautiful subscribe button and let's get right into this. Starting with the AL West, we have my favorite team in this division, the Halos. However, I do not believe we will be on top of this division, not even close. We are in the dark times as Angel fans. I hate it. And I think the team that will come away on top of the AL West is the Rangers. Yes, some of you may have been thinking I was going to say another Texas team, but the Astros, they are losing their big pieces. The pieces that made them the scary threat in the AL West. Bregman just left for Boston. Springer's been in Toronto for a few years now. They still got Altuve, but they're slowly coming to an end, I would say. I think we are seeing the fall from grace for the Astros, and I think the Rangers are going to surprise a lot of people because I think a lot of people forgot they faced some injuries last year, some big ones. Corey Seager, he did not see all of 2024. Jacob deGrom has been battling injuries the last couple seasons, but he will be ready to go in 2025, and that is a dangerous arm. If he can stay healthy all the way through, we know what Jacob deGrom can do. Another bat they added with some big pop, Jock Peterson. That could be very scary. And they got young arms on the rise, like Kumar Rocker, Jack Leiter. Those guys could definitely make a great future in the MLB, and I think the Rangers come away winning the AL West. Next up, this might be the most unpredictable division, and that is the AL Central. I have the Royals winning this one. They got a very solid lineup with Bobby Witt, an MVP caliber player. They added Jonathan India for a good up-the-middle duo. You got power bats like Hunter Renfroe, a veteran in Salvador Perez, and not gonna lie, an underrated, sneaky starting rotation that involves Cole Reagan, Seth Lugo, Michael Wacha, just to name a few, and they really could surprise a lot of people. This division could go to anybody besides the White Sox, if I'm being honest. Hey, I might be an Angels fan, but thank goodness I am not a White Sox fan. It is up for grabs, but I do think the Royals' time is slowly starting to climb the mountain, and they are going to take it at the top of the division, the top of the AL Central. To finish off the American League, we got the AL East, and I'm giving it to the Yankees. They were dominant last year, although they did not finish the best. They have a very good team. They got good pitchers. Adding Max Fried to the rotation with Garrett Cole obviously is a big upgrade, and I think what they did this offseason was the right move. Obviously, they wanted to re-sign Juan Soto, but that contract, the more you go into his career, is just not going to look good. You're telling me Soto's going to put up the same numbers when he's like 38, 39, heck, even 35, 36? I don't know about that. So instead, they saved all that money by Soto going to the Mets, and they distributed the wealth. We already talked about the addition of Max Fried. They got Cody Bellinger and added Devin Williams to the bullpen, and were able to re-sign Tim Hill. So I think distributing that all to multiple players is going to pay off way more than the money all going to Juan Soto. I think this lineup is definitely going to be dangerous. They might be without Stanton to start the year, but I think the depth to this lineup with Jazz Chisholm, Volpe, Judge, adding Bellinger in there is definitely going to help. But I do gotta say, watch out for those Red Sox. I think they could be very sneaky. They got a quiet, good lineup that I think is going to surprise a lot of people, and a sneaky rotation. But I'm still giving it to the Yankees. I think the Red Sox are maybe like 1-2 years away from reaching that dominant level that we saw from them in the 2000s. Switching gears to the National League, let's start with the NL West. Probably the most predictable division in all of baseball. Dodgers. If you don't say Dodgers, you're just being delusional. Obviously, they're gonna win this, dude. And I hate to say that. I don't like the Dodgers. I don't want them to win. But me denying that they're gonna win this division would just seem ludicrous. So the Dodgers, they won it last year. We know the amount of talent they have on this team with Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman. That's already enough. That's already a crazy trio. But did they stop this offseason? No. Blake Snell, Roki Sasaki, Kirby Yates, Michael Conforto, Eddie Rosario, Haesung Kim, Haesung. They got very similar names. The other one signed with Tampa, but this is the guy who just came over from Korea, and he signed with the Dodgers. I mean, come on. Geez, they get everybody. And if they don't win the division, that would be wild. I would be shocked. I will sell this house if the Dodgers do not win the division, okay? After the Dodgers, I would say it's like the Padres, Diamondbacks. They're the ones who are going to be up there. But the Dodgers have such a grasp on this division that it's really going to be hard to see anybody else winning it, if you ask me. They're going to win this in their sleep. The NL Central. I have this one going to the Chicago Cubs. They may have lost Cody Bellinger, but I think they got an upgrade at that position with Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker is a very good, very underrated bat. He has performed the past couple seasons and he doesn't get talked about enough. He's like just starting to have that spotlight on him to where people are starting to notice, I believe. That's another Astro that left, by the way. I think that is going to be a great addition to the lineup with Swanson, Happ, Pete Crow. It is definitely going to get that offense rolling more than last year, I would say. I feel like that's where they struggled, and especially in their pitching as well. They got help in the bullpen with Ryan Presley. Imanaga is going to be at the top of that rotation. And they got sneaky good arms like Azalea, Assad, Steele. Those guys, if they stay healthy, this rotation could look very scary. And I think this team is well-rounded enough to where they will win the NL Central. And our final division, the NL East. Obviously, this is where the big news happened. Juan Soto signed with the Mets, took his talents to the other New York team, to Queens. And I think everybody was like, wow, now that they got Soto, this team is going to be crazy. Not so fast. They do have a lot of talent with Juan Soto right now, and Lindor obviously is a great compliment. Getting Pete Alonso to re-sign is huge, but after that, I think the lineup gets pretty average, and I don't think it's going to be able to carry throughout a 162 season, because there's another team, in fact, two teams in this division that I think are going to be some tough competition. I think the Braves are going to take the division. A lot of people forget how good they are, how many pieces they have, because they were injured bad last year. Obviously, Acuna went down again. That sucked to see, but he will be back. Strider will be back in the rotation. Then you look at other pieces that are a part of this Atlanta team. Matt Olson, Ozzie Albies, Sean Murphy, Austin Riley. They have so many good players on this team, and I think a lot of people forgot. They are going to remind everybody in 2025, and then I even have the Phillies above the Mets. I think the Phillies rotation is strong with Aaron Nola, Zach Wheeler. Those two at the head are very good, and the lineup is a threat as well with Kyle Schwarber, Trey Turner, Bryce Harper, Castellanos. Those guys are going to provide big bombs, and I think they are both going to be ahead of the Mets. I think obviously the big news of the offseason was Soto going to the Mets, but I think this is a tough division. I don't think it's just going to be easy right there on a platter for the Mets. I think the Braves take it and tell everybody, hey, remember us? So here's my division winners, and I am going to give you my World Series prediction, but first, let's hand out some hardware, starting with the AL MVP. I'm giving it to Bobby Witt. He came in second because Aaron Judge had another crazy season last year, but I think we are just starting to see the full potential of Bobby Witt. He is so talented, probably could be the best shortstop in the game, if you ask me, and I think we have not even seen his peak yet. I don't think we've seen the top of his talents. I think he's really going to show out in 2025, and the whole Royals team is going to shine from it. Give me Bobby Witt as your AL MVP. My NL MVP is a Dodger, very talented, one of the best in the game, and that is Mookie Betts. You thought I was going to say Shohei Ohtani, didn't you? Didn't you? I think Mookie Betts has one more MVP before his career is over. Obviously, we know how crazy he went when he won the MVP with Boston, and I think with this line lineup, it's got to happen eventually. I think Mookie has another one of those crazy seasons in him, and I think it could be this year. This Dodgers team is riding off so much momentum from the World Series last year, and the confidence all of them must have going into 2025, especially getting better when the team was already on God tier. I'm sure somebody in that organization is going to walk away with the MVP. Probably going to be Ohtani again, but I am being a little different and I'm going the route of Mookie Betts. AL Cy Young. Like I mentioned, I think Bobby Witt is going to put Kansas City and the Royals on a whole nother level this year. I think it is going to spread throughout the clubhouse, and I think we are going to see a Royal walk away with Cy Young. Cole Ragans. He popped onto the scene last year. He was one of the top arms in the American League, and I think he builds on that. I think he has an even better year going into 2025, and I think we will see 2 Royals walk away with the top 2 awards in baseball. Give me Cole Ragans as your AL Cy Young. And now your NL Cy Young, give me Paul Skeens. This man was already in the Cy Young voting last year, and he didn't even play the whole year. He got called up a few months in, and he put his name on the map. He started the All-Star game. He had a dominant year. He was destroying all the teams, all the batters he faced. And I think with a full season, we are going to see Paul Skeens absolutely go off. He's going to go insane, and I think we are going to see him take away the hardware this year for best pitcher in the National League. Give me Paul Skeens, your NL Cy Young. And that brings us to my World Series prediction. Who do I think is going to be in it? Who do I think is going to win it? Can I call it from spring training? Dodgers and Red Sox. I know, I didn't pick one of my division winners for the American League. I think that side is a lot more unpredictable than the National League. I do think those Red Sox are going to be very sneaky. I think they're going to surprise a lot of people, and I think they will make it to the World Series. We'll have a 2018 rematch. Hopefully my prediction here jinxes them and they don't win the World Series. But if I'm being realistic, they're probably going to win it, most likely. So like the video, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know your World Series prediction. Let's see if you can call it in the comments. I got this, you got this, we all got this. Share the channel, the videos with your friends and family. Tell them to subscribe if they haven't already, and I will see you next time.